look at how you spend the money, and I have huge challenges. For example, you go to number 13 and 14 on page 13. I see here local travels and transport orders, 600 million. Then 14 with asterisk, local travels and transport training, 6.4 billion. Now, if you add the two, it becomes 7 billion. Which, how can you have two categories of local travel? Is it one within Kaduna, or sorry, within Abuja, and the other one within Nigeria? How is it? So, because what I found from all the agencies is that huge resources are spent on training, and training, when you ask for the specific content of those training and who benefit from the training, and cross it over the total sum, you find that this cannot be justified. Not at the time when we are borrowing to fund our budget. Then I look at some of the items, they are almost one and the same. You're spending 850 million naira for security. I don't know whether you are entitled to security vote. Cleaning and fumigation, 850. Even if you live in a farm, do you need this kind of money to, what are you fumigating? I guess snakes or mosquitoes that will consume this amount? Because for me, this is the problem we face about throwing so much money on issues that cannot be verified. Just like local government grading rules, and when you ask them, they say it fell after. And so you cancel it. Then refreshment. Refreshment and meals, 1.1 billion naira. Are you entitled to be fed by government? Are your workers being freely fed? Now, these are huge numbers. When you take them together, you realize that you are spending for what you are generating for poor students, some of them orphans. Then we need to be more critical about how you spend. My general impression is that there is a level of luxury spending and things that are neither here or there. I see here, and I think next time we should have the privilege of having these documents in advance so that we can do proper. Now you have staff housing scheme, 1 billion. Is the federal government still providing housing? What happened to Obasanjo's monetization policy? So you are building housing, you are into construction? And if you do, are your staff members not entitled to housing allowance? Is it not built into the salary system? Then you have another loose word, staff welfare. I was going to assume that the 1.117 billion that you are spending on refreshment and meals is part of the welfare. But I will need to be educated about the meaning of staff welfare, which is 1.2 billion. And don't misunderstand me, anything that goes to the real workers, I have no problem. Except that when you go to the definition of staff, and who benefit from this quote and unquote welfare, the outcome might be totally different. Then the last one, page 14, you have construction of cubicles, furniture and supply installation and networking of one, computer systems. I'm like, what is the lifespan of a computer? Do you buy them every year? If we look at your last year expenditure, these items were there. Then you have a procurement of office equipment, 120 million. What happened to the one you procured last year and the year before? What is the lifespan of this equipment? What is your depreciation policy? And lastly, Chairman, so I don't take too much time, procurement of utility vehicles. Is this utility vehicles pool cars or stars for car? for staff, because, you know, one of the problems I'm seeing in public service is that in 1 year, we monetize compensations. As a senator, I am not entitled to a personal car because my salary has been monetized. And then you have utility cars. And when we go into the detail, these are cars that the managers will use. They are not in the pool. They are assigned to officers in clear violation of the monetization policy. But if there's something that goes down to level 8, level 9, level 10, level 12, I have no problem. But usually this is something that jumps over around the MD, the level 17, level 13, a few privileged people. And what about what happened to the ones you procured last year, the year before, or 3 years before? What is the depreciation policy, even if we are to assume that they are poor cars? So on the whole, when I look at your expenditure, you spend as if you are in Saudi Arabia. Because the resources that you are drawing is from people who can hardly pay it.
Opportunity to use this same platform to explain certain things in order not to give wrong impression of the board. For instance, about issues raised about food, we are not spending 1.1 on food, and so on. We need to explain this. We
when you bring the full details of your expenditure and everything, we'll be able to make a judgment out of it.
My fear is that the press will go with this wrong impression. It is important for me Chairman, sir, it is important. Chairman, it's important for me so as well to I have integrity, I have my name, and for it will be unfair to me to say all these things on public about me, given the sacrifice I've made. I think it is important, sir.